For the first time since 2011, FBS schools will play a football game at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Mizzou announcing today it will host BYU on November 14th of next year. Mizzou had played Kansas at Arrowhead in the years before the Tigers left for the SEC. Mizzou's no stranger to football in Kansas City, having played 30 times in the City of Fountains. 7 of those games were at Arrowhead, where the Tigers are 5-2. And the next time you see one of these popular bottles on the shelf, remember that the majority of the white oak barrel market is from right here in the state of Missouri. Bolivar put 9 runners in the state cross-country meet, but if you looked at them, you'd swear there's only 7. According to an annual survey done by the Missouri Department of Conservation, the turkey population has only increased slightly since last year, but that increase has steadily continued for the last 5 to 10 years. In Springfield, I'm Taylor Bishop, Ozarks News Journal. When it comes to whiskey and wine, we automatically think of places like Kentucky and Napa Valley. But few know that Missouri is where the majority of oak barrels are made.
I had no idea. That's cool.
Independent Stave Company in Lebanon, Missouri has been crafting wine and whiskey barrels since 1912.
My great-grandfather, T.W. Boswell, started the business down in Winona, Missouri.
Every day, millions of people enjoy beverages aged in their barrels.
Wine barrels mostly go to California, is our biggest market, the West Coast, so California. But we have great customers like Kendall Jackson Winery is a great customer. That'd be a really big wine customer. The biggest customer on the whiskey side is no doubt Jim Beam brands. And so if you like Jim Beam Black Label, or Knob Creek, that's all good products that we are fortunate enough to play a role in.
And the next time you see one of these popular bottles on the shelf, remember that the majority of the white oak barrel market is from right here in the state of Missouri.
Originally, white oak was used because when white oak trees were sawn properly, they could make liquid-tight containers. If you make a barrel like this out of other types of wood, that barrel would not be liquid-tight. Actually, the liquid inside the barrel would weep out. But with white oak, it's actually chemically made up so that it's tight. So tight means it doesn't leak. Anyway, so it was originally used because it's a good sound container. Today we use white oak because it's a sound container, but primarily because of its flavor profile.
Reaching customers in over 40 countries, the Independent Stave Company makes Missouri the world leader in oak barrel manufacturing. In Springfield, I'm Taylor Bishop, Ozarks News Journal. Bolivar put 9 runners in the state cross-country meet, but if you looked at them, you'd swear there's only 7. Meet the Skopek brothers.
Seth, Ryan,
Kyle,
Ryan.
Seth, Kyle, Ryan.
These 3 and their sister make up a set of quadruplets, but the boys also share a love for the same sport.
Running with them gives me a goal to stick with them every single day, and it pushes me to get faster.
The Skopeks came in 2nd, 3rd, and 12th at the district meet, and the race between brothers isn't over.
Yeah, I used to be the #1 Skopek, and now Ryan's been running the game the past couple of years, and he's got me. But I mean, 2-second difference at districts, and my goal is to be in at state this week. Both of us trying to get the all-state position.
After getting to know these guys, we quickly learned team policy.
We joke about that we have a rule on the team that you never trust a Skopek. So they're always, I call them pot stirrers. They never really do anything awful, but they're always kind of at the bottom of anything that's getting ready to blow up.
This is a rule you have where you drop the baton, you get like 50 push-ups or something. And I told this kid I'd catch it if he threw it on me, and I didn't catch it, and then he got in trouble.
To put people in situations that's going to get them in trouble, which ultimately ends up getting them in trouble as well.
At this point, the boys plan on staying together and running in college.
A lot of people ask me every day what's it feel like to be a quadruplet. I don't know what to say because I've never felt any different.
The Skopeks compete at state this Saturday in Jefferson City. In Springfield, I'm Taylor Bishop, Ozark Sports Zone.
Overall goal, personally, was to raise awareness on campus, just kind of get the word out about certain social issues that have been happening around America and just for several years towards African Americans in general.
And as the demonstrators remained silent, reactions did not.
People were walking through our circle. People were calling us names, the N-word, telling us to go back to Ferguson, St. Louis, those types of things, to keep it in the hood.
And it's not just on campus that students say they have felt this discrimination.
Everyone knows Springfield. We were nervous to come down here. Personally, being a black person and a woman at that, I mean, walking on the street, I've been called the N-word, told to go stand on the corner, just several different things. So it's not like this is the first time.
According to comments on a campus community social media page called Overheard at Missouri State, many students who were not involved in the protest thought homecoming was the wrong place to bring up such issues. Ozarks News Journal tried contacting several people for interviews, but no one agreed to comment on camera.
That's what we wanted to happen. We wanted a reaction.
In the midst of recent attention from the demonstration, Missouri State University's Office of Diversity and Inclusion just received a national award for higher education excellence in diversity.
We won that this year, and I think it's very timely to have won this award given the onset of the demonstrations, because the demonstrations clearly let us know that we have not yet arrived. Okay, the award clearly lets us know that we are on the right track for that arrival.
We recently attended a campus event entitled Speak Up. It was organized to talk about the protest. Event organizers say a real discussion on civil rights has just begun.
The most important thing that there are people here right now and that we are aware of what's happening and we're talking about it, and that's step one.
Now we have a tremendous opportunity to deal with those initial responses for the benefit of our entire institution.
In Springfield, I'm Taylor Bishop, Ozarks News Journal. Good evening, everybody. Cardinals manager Mike Matheny's making a stop in Springfield tonight, speaking on behalf of the Vitae Foundation at University Plaza. We'll hear from him tonight at 10 on the unfortunate offseason for the Redbirds. The organization says it's looking at players 3 weeks ago before the death of Oscar Taveras they had no interest in. General Manager John Mozeliak says right now the GM meeting, just a lot of groundwork is being laid with free agents and potential trade partners.
It doesn't seem like anything's moving really quick out here, frankly, and I would imagine that next week people will start getting a little more aggressive, and then you could see some things happen maybe as early as Thanksgiving.
Earlier this evening, Major League Baseball announcing its MVPs for each league. For the first time since Cardinals' Bob Gibson in 1968, a pitcher wins the Most Valuable Player award. Clayton Kershaw, with 18 of 30 first-place votes, was 21-3 in 27 starts. He won the Cy Young Award yesterday. In the American League, after back-to-back runners-up, the Angels' Mike Trout wins his first MVP award. The 23-year-old played a few years ago at Hammons Field with the Arkansas Travelers. For the first time since 2011, FBS schools will play a football game at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Mizzou announcing today it will host BYU on November 14th of next year. Mizzou had played Kansas at Arrowhead in the years before the Tigers left for the SEC. Mizzou's no stranger to football in Kansas City, having played 30 times in the City of Fountains. 7 of those games were at Arrowhead, where the Tigers are 5-2. More college signings coming in on this Thursday across the nation. We had a trifecta of baseball players over at Stratford this afternoon. Connor Pomering's heading to D2 Drury. His teammate Tad Mitchell will play next year down at Point Lookout for the C of O Bobcats. And left-handed pitcher Jacob Schlesner, who was second-team All-State last year, has signed on to play for Arkansas.
I grew up a huge Mizzou fan, but visiting Arkansas, I knew right away is where I wanted to go. Their program is unreal. Everything they do is it's above and beyond.
An ongoing list of our signees are online at ozarksportszone.com. Thanks, guys. Back to you.